All right, hello. Welcome to episode 2 of the Unclutch podcast. I am one host, Chris Jones.
Hey, I'm Isaiah.
I'm Robert.
Now we do have a new guest with us today. It could be a permanent. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how everything plays out. But Rob, just give us a little bit of your background, name, age. What brings you to the Unclutch podcast.
Okay, Robert. I was born in Texas. 32 years old. Been knowing Chris ever since 2005. Big sports fan. It doesn't matter. Football, basketball, baseball, all that. Really big football fan mainly, but I know a lot of basketball, a lot of inside sports information. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said that you mainly football, but you love the game of basketball
love the
as
game
well.
of basketball. That's
Okay.
why I play mainly. I don't go out here and ask people, do you have pickup football games?
Okay.
I do play pickup basketball games though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
Especially with these two great people.
Right. So, do you have an intro to basketball story? This is like basketball is one of these sports that I love, and this is why.
Love for basketball probably came from I don't know where the love from basketball really came from. Just maybe watching Space Jam when I was a kid and just paying attention to just the basketball aspect and just learning more about it. 2K games, Nintendo 64 games, Kobe Bryant's court. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, that's, I don't know, just picked up naturally, just naturally fell in love with it.
Okay. So the viewers who heard last week's podcast know that my favorite player is Danny Granger. We went through and spoke about that. Like I said, it's going to be a shock for everybody who hears it, but Danny Granger was a favorite of mine.
My favorite player was LeBron James. No questions why. We talked about that a little bit last week. So who's your favorite player, Rob?
Favorite player is Michael Jordan, but it's hard. People be like, oh, you didn't watch Michael Jordan play, you didn't see him play. I watched a lot of highlights, but if I have to pick somebody that I really watched and focused on, probably Kobe. Kobe was awesome. Kobe was awesome to watch. Right now, current player, if I have to pick somebody right now, Luka definitely. Luka Doncic is just a different animal, different
Rob's
dog.
also a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Alfred Sengun is be coming up there for some reason. Yeah.
Sengun?
I like him as a hometown guy.
I like it.
Yeah, but he's never going to be my favorite player.
No.
I do like him. I do like his game.
I enjoy his game a lot.
And he's a young guy. He's getting better every
His
year.
passing
Yeah, it's
is
very good.
crazy for
Foreign players can pass. They have good footwork. Their fundamentals are better in European leagues because they go through. They started being professionals younger. Like Luka was playing adult men at like 15 years old.
13 years old. Oh my
exactly.
God, dude.
So that's why he's elevated so much. That's why he said a couple years back that the NBA is easier than the leagues.
EuroLeague, and it shows in the Olympics. It definitely shows
the world has caught up to us in basketball because AAU is more ISO. Our young guys aren't learning the fundamentals. Like we have the athleticism, we don't have the coaching in AAU, and we don't have the structure that the European leagues have.
Right,
and I think that's why the world is catching up to us in basketball.
Can it ever get to that level? Do you think
To
it
be
can
better
ever
than
get
us?
to not better than us, but like have the aggressiveness as the European leagues have?
We'd have to change our entire system.
Yeah,
Because
but they
playing
never
high
catch
school,
us.
like LeBron James shouldn't have been playing high school basketball. Luckily, he was at the time where he could go straight to the NBA, and it showed he was ready for the NBA at 18 years old. He had a grown man body at 14.
Yeah.
But if he was in the European leagues, he'd be playing grown men as early, and he'd be putting food on his table. He'd be a provider at that age because he's a professional athlete. America's we're a little soft on that, and I think that's why the world has caught up with us in regards to basketball.
Yeah.
Football, other sports, no. We can't catch up to the Europeans in soccer. It's just a whole different ball game. football, our athleticism, our athletes that we grow here in the United States are just way better. You know, we got big boys over here.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially since once they actually get good overseas, they come here.
The NBA, no doubt, is still the best league. This
Well,
is where the best
they
players
get pulled
play.
in over here.
You hear that, no
They
lies?
just don't. They just don't. Oh, I'm gonna come over here. No, they get pulled in over here.
Yeah. What I would like to see though is that people have brought up is after the NBA finals, we would have to go play like the EuroLeague champions, and it'll be like a game, you know, midsummer or whatever,
Okay.
best of 7. I would love to see that. So that's real bragging rights.
Yeah.
That's world champions.
That's
You know, speaking on Noah Lyles.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I was about
I
to
do
say
think
that.
it'll
That's
be
what
an
Noah
interesting
Lyles said.
series.
Yeah.
Because I believe, you know, when we
Would it
play
be-
these teams like Serbia gave us trouble in the Olympics, France gave us trouble in the Olympics because they had the NBA guys. I don't think they give
Great
us as
games
much
in the
trouble.
Olympics, by the way.
Great. Basketball is always
games.
great in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
it's fun to watch.
I'm glad that we were able to still have it, stuff like that. I wish baseball was in there, you know, every year, every 4 years.
I think
whatever.
it can
It's
come
coming back.
It's coming back.
It's coming
right?
back.
It's
And the
coming
one that
back.
we're hosting.
Yeah.
So
And
that'll be fun to watch.
LA is
Yeah.
gonna be great.
It's gonna be
be
crazy.
amazing. I want to go actually.
Yeah.
I want
Gotta
to
save
go
right
at least
now.
a day.
Yeah. World Cup's coming too. Though that's gonna be insane. But yeah, I would love to see that happen. It's best of 7 and real bragging
I was about
rights.
to ask, would it be a
So,
best of 7,
it has
best
to
of
be.
5, or
7
okay,
is
seven.
the way to go.
That's still-
Even WNBA is extending their 5-game playoff format into 7 because their views are up. and the
Deservedly
ratings are
so.
up.
Yeah.
and it's
Shout out
great
to
see.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They brought me a lot of eyes to the NBA.
And the Liberty, you know, for being champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great WNBA season. More eyes, better viewership. I even have some merch. You know, I never owned any WNBA merch
Nice.
except for like a
That's
side
great.
show.
That's great.
That was cool.
That's great.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a store in the Galleria that has all the jerseys, all the memorabilia. It's a very nice store, so
It's
you gotta
new.
check it
Must
out.
be new.
I don't go to the Galleria
Prices.
often because it depends. I got a T-shirt. I got a Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever T-shirt
Okay.
for $35.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
just a little bit of support here and there. You know, I guess she's my favorite WNBA player.
Really?
Right
A
now,
lot of-
it has
yeah.
to be right now, right?
Right now, I
Nah.
mean, before I don't even know who would my favorite be. Like, not Brianna Stewart, maybe
No.
Sabrina, because I have her shoes
Okay.
too. Sabrina Nescu.
You know what I wish we had. A little bit off topic, I guess, but the Houston Comics. I think they need to come.
We'll probably
back.
get a team.
I hope
There's an
so.
expansion. There's 2 expansion teams coming in the WNBA.
We won
I believe.
championships with
Yeah.
that. With
4
that,
times?
Yeah, we had a
Back to
cold
back to
team
back to
back
back.
in the day.
Yeah,
I've
the
been
team
to
to do it.
games. I've been to games as a young man. My dad's and my uncle took me. So we used to have the NHL team too, or a minor league hockey team, the Arrows, or the Houston Arrows.
Did I know that? I
Yeah.
don't remember if I knew that.
I just
The
like
Arrows?
the
The
merch.
hockey team?
No.
Yeah. So I mean, bringing back professional sports, you know, men, women. We have the Skeeters as the minor league team or not the Skeeters. They're called the Houston Space Cowboys now. Up
For
there in
the
Sugar
baseball.
Land.
For
Yeah,
baseball, yeah,
that's
yeah.
our minor league affiliate. So any professional sports we can have, men or women, is always a good thing. You know, especially if the prices are fair. You can take your kid, you take your girl, whatever you want to do. The price point is better than some of like the other leagues. Like football games can get expensive, especially when we're good. The parking is insane. You know, so if the entry level to get in is good, then you can go support your local team and go have a fun day.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the WNBA expanding, getting better teams, getting more teams, and just growing the talent in the WNBA.
Absolutely. Yeah.
good
It's
thing
a
to see.
great thing to see.
Yeah,
It's a
'cause
great.
everybody
it's a
has
great
women in their
evolve.
life.
Yeah,
You got your mom,
absolutely.
maybe you got a sister, maybe you got a
Grandma.
daughter, grandma, you
Yeah.
know. So it's good to see that the level of play is rising.
Yeah.
So it's great to see.
Yeah.
But
Do you think that the WNBA is going to have a market, like, because they haven't increasing market yet, but do you think that there is like enough? Because it has to be, for the NBA, in my opinion, one of the reasons why the NBA is thriving is because not only is it NBA got males playing in it, but they have, the majority of males watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that because we all know that women are watching WNBA, but do you think
More
that it'll
now.
get to a point? Yeah. Do you think it'll get to a point where there'll be like women that are like, okay, I watch WNBA, like that's what that like y'all watch
Oh, yeah.
NBA?
I
watch
think
WNBA.
we got some now. I think there's some.
there's a couple.
There's gotta be people
some
out there.
women I went to school with. They were posting on Facebook about it. They're excited. They're talking about trades. They're talking about injuries. They're talking about upcoming games, rivalries in WNBA. So I do see that women are getting behind the product and supporting it and getting excited about the game.
Okay.
So, that's a good thing to see. Because as a man, as a guy, we're like, hey, we're going to a game, take somebody on a date. It'd be great for a woman in my life or whatever, and you're
Absolutely.
like, whatever, to be like, hey, you want to go to a game?
I think
I'm not going to say no.
No,
right.
If, the price point is there, and if I'm not having to pay, sure, I'll go.
Yeah.
Definitely go and support and enjoy the game.
The stadiums are actually getting sold out. And
when Caitlin's playing and stuff like that, But,
I mean, there'll be more. Like,
we gotta have. There's some people in college, NCAA, that are coming up, like Juju. She's really cold. Paige Buchers is very cold. I think with the social media, we're getting to see these players grow from high school, so their hype is getting better. We knew Zion. I knew Zion from high school clips. All these guys were posting like overtime, and they have the edits and stuff like that.
Right.
So we're getting to know these players before they get to that next level, and you're growing with them. You're growing your fan base, and that's why they're getting these NIL deals. They're signing these contracts earlier, and I think it's helping.
Right.
The product. You're getting to know these players on a more personal level. Sometimes, with their social media stuff like that. So you get to feel like you know them.
Major impact with social media.
So that's a good thing, and I guess that we're doing with American sports. There is a downside with like the one and done things like that.
Right.
They're probably not learning as much as they could in that college aspect, and not getting to play with pros like Luka Doncic did. But in the women's game, they do stay for like 4 years in college, so they do come out more defined, and more well-rounded. So when they get to that next level, they're ready to play for sure.
Right. I didn't, because me personally, when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark came into the league, I'm like,
that's where it caught my eyes. Other than the little things that you hear here and there that you don't really pay attention to, that I didn't pay attention to, I really started focusing a little bit more on the WNBA because of those two, and actually college too. It started 2 years ago.
The women's final got more ratings than the men's this past year. When Caitlin was in it, and or at least going through it. So that's a good sign.
Yeah. Very good sign. Very good sign for women's sports.
Yeah.
Very good sign for women's sports.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. Those are really big points. I do believe that the social media aspect plays a huge role, especially in women's sports, and not just the WNBA, for any upcoming women's sports period, because that's like women kind of look up to social media, and that's where they get their information from a lot too. Just like we do.
Person, you probably get most of your news and like your updates from
Instagram,
media.
TikTok,
it's just
all
easier.
that stuff.
Just easier to digest, and it's quicker. Like you maybe not have time to watch the game because there's only limited hours in the day, but you can see Bleacher Report post the highlights and like stories from the game and things like that. So you get like a condensed version of the game or the season or whatever they're going through, the playoff series, in a couple of slides on Instagram.
Right.
And so you feel like, oh, I know, I'm knowledgeable about this enough at least. So that definitely helps. I'm sure like their impressions that they're getting on social media are very good. That's why they're continuing to get deals. Like Caitlin signed with Nike, Angel Reese is signed with Reebok, I believe.
Really?
So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, now she can pay for her rent.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. She definitely can. She's got more money than everybody in this room. So.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Combined, probably.
No,
most likely.
Easy.
Just by that deal alone.
Yeah. But yeah, so that does make it a good thing, and I know me personally, I heard about Zion when he was in Duke, but social media was why I knew about him, because once he blew out of his shoes,
it's big news.
that went everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and speaking of Zion, he's once again in the NBA, he's injured.
So he's playing this season a lot. I really can't.
I wonder how.
Understand it.
I wonder how Brandon Ingram is feeling coming over there. I'm sure he wanted to go over there and win, which they do win, but. Come on, one of the big helpers.
But he's never been that guy.
On top of that, he's never been like the pinnacle of health either.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
He's like a KD build, kind of very tall, very lanky.
Would we call him the number 2 over there though? Is he the number 2? Or
now
Zion's healthy, I guess. I mean, now they have DeJounte Murray. We'll talk about that injury. Broke his hand.
True.
We just don't know how they're gonna look because they haven't been. Together. Not everybody has been healthy. So the Pelicans have been a disappointment because of the health and because of Zion's health.
The last 3-4 years.
Yeah, his hype has fallen off because he doesn't play. at least people say, if we look in the numbers, I believe he played 70 games last year, but it doesn't feel like it because it's a small market and we weren't watching for him like that. And when he does get injured, that's what's posted on social media. That's what they'll talk about on ESPN, TNT, Fox. So that's the narrative. That's the storyline. And it's going to be hard for him to get away from that unless he stays healthy.
I even heard about his scandal with the off topic, but with porn star more than his more than his NBA playing.
You never want to hear that.
No, you don't.
With LeBron, not to glaze, but all you hear is basketball stuff. He has no outside, stepping out the marriage, no women, like nothing like that. No legal issues, no guns on Instagram, nothing like that. Right. He's a dad, father of 3.
Very good dad. Very supportive.
Exactly.
All praises to LeBron as a family man.
Yeah. I mean, from what we can see,
being a dad got Bronny in the NBA because
Bronny's not playing away games. If y'all didn't know, he's not flying United Airlines like the rest of us. He's staying in LA. He'll play home games with the South Bay Lakers.
Somebody said timeout.
He's on timeout. Brandon, shout out to Brandon Wynn. He's on timeout. He can't leave the state of California, or at least not on a commercial airline, which is insane.
We'll end up talking about that a little bit as well. We'll get into some because that's gonna might have implications.
He did put up 46. Or how much did he put up recently?
He put up 6.
He put up 6.
Not 46.
Not 46.
Not 46.
The number 6.
Yes, my bad.
46.
I seen some. Maybe somebody was trolling on social media. Minus 40.
Yeah.
He did put up 46.
He put up 6 in the South Bay Lakers game.
Okay.
His NBA career high is 2 though.
I must have seen something.
But that's 2 more than us.
But in the G League, right?
G League he put up 6. Yeah.
Okay. That's tough.
Going crazy in the G League. But yeah, keeping on the injuries, we're just gonna do like rapid fire some of these injuries and see, and I'll take your opinions on what y'all think that means for their team.
Yeah.
Because not all of them are going to be as impactful as the next. Mm-hmm. So the Boston Celtics are rolling, but Kristaps Porzingis has been out. What do y'all think about that?
I mean,
does it show it's hurting them?
No, not necessarily.
That's a loss because
right now.
I think he was an important role in the
championship, finals. Yeah, of course. They don't need him. If he shows up in April and he gets in shape, that's when they'll need him.
Yeah.
They don't need him right now. They'll be fine.
I like
the East is insanely weak.
Yeah.
Only the top 3 seeded teams have a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, maybe we'll get on this on a different day or later on, but I really wish that the NBA would go 1 through 16 for playoffs and just get rid of conferences. The reason why they used to have conferences is because of travel. So they'll be like, hey, you'll be in the East because there's Eastern teams that travel is shorter. Now everybody has like a private jet, stuff like that.
Right.
You got to get on the bus.
Money.
But now all these teams are almost worth $1 billion or more. So that's not an excuse anymore. So let's go 1 through 16.
Shout out to the richest franchise in all of sports right now, Dallas Cowboys.
That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
That's getting cut.
That's
Tell that
crazy.
dude on Fiverr.
They also say
that's not making the cut.
I want to get into 1 through 16 eventually. I think that's going to make teams actually care more about the regular season, along with the NBA Cup, the Emirates Cup. I still really don't understand how that works, but apparently those cup games are tight, and they're.
It was good to see Bron win it last year.
I just didn't care.
I didn't.
They put a banner up. I didn't care.
To be honest,
does it mean anything?
It brought in money. It brought in publicity. People actually did.
Though.
But it's been.
But you shouldn't have to. Like, in my opinion, these guys are millionaires.
Right.
We play basketball. Actually, it's not even for free. We pay to play basketball. We pay. You get off work on your shift, delivering packages, driving all across America. I'm working a manual labor job, and we're having fun paying to play basketball. These guys are getting paid millions. Hundreds of millions of dollars, life-changing, generational wealth, and they don't need. I don't believe they should need an incentive to go to work. Joel Embiid's hurt right now, or he's coming off an injury. He played the other day, like 20, 25 minutes. He's not playing back-to-backs. Imagine telling your job, "Oh, I'm not working. I'm working Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you're going to pay me 40 hours." That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't feel sorry for you. I can't have sympathy for you. I'm a normal guy. We're all normal guys here. We got 9-to-5 jobs, blue collar jobs, you know. So I can't feel sorry for millionaires, bro. I'm not gonna do it. I don't give millionaires a break. I don't give
unless you're out there with a
leeway.
broken leg and you really can't.
Yeah, that's
play,
different.
yeah.
But they got those pictures of the 70s and 80s guys playing with a neck brace on and stuff like that. Like those are real dudes, you know.
Well, that's because it was a way more physical era.
Yeah.
But I you know, this would be a topic for another day. But I honestly believe that because pretty much the athletes in the NBA today are like basically bred. They're built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like back in the 80s, 90s, and what have you. The sport was still developing, and the athletes would just be what they are. They're like high schoolers that could have got buckets in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, easy.
You know, so
Because nutrition has changed.
right, all of that stuff.
But has it changed for the better? Look how many injuries are going
That,
on.
I blame AAU a little bit. For
But that's kind of the point that I'm
They're
going
too
to.
much.
Their bodies, like human bodies now might be or like I said, it's streamlined for basketball. People who play basketball now are
built to
streamlined
play
for basketball.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it wasn't like that.
Normal dudes.
So they were able to be a little bit better in certain aspects. But nowadays, like I'm built for basketball. Like I'm not, but I'm an NBA player that's built for basketball. I'm playing against another NBA player built for basketball. So the what I have to exert to be in the game and to be an impact player is like
It's more
way
to
up
be-
there
You got to be
versus
1%
what it used to
better than the other guy.
Yeah.
What I see a lot, or what I hear a lot, is that like Zion, he's like 300 pounds, but he's fast and he has hops. Your knees are not made to do that.
Exactly.
It's just it's not sustainable. Like some of the guys that are on the upper tier of NBA players, like LeBron, his longevity is insane. He invests into his body though.
What, $1
But-
million, right?
I think it was five. Wasn't it
I mean,
five?
when I saw it was $1 million. Let's go inflation.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say 2 or 3 million. You know, either way, it's paid off.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys are just too big, too fast, too strong, and they're playing 30, 35 minutes a game. You know, 82 games a year, not including playoffs. Some of the guys had to play summer league. Younger guys, those AAU tournaments go Saturday, Sunday. They're playing back-to-back games. They're playing all day long. And like Lonzo, who's hurt right now. He's always hurt. But I
Always.
bet in Chino Hills he was playing all the damn time.
The balls period were like LaMelo. He was out for.
Luckily, he's not hurt right now.
No, thank
LaMelo's
God.
playing
He-
great right
when
now.
he's
When he's right, he's right.
he can.
Knocking on wood.
Yeah, he's a great
He's-
player.
he-
He's a great. He looks like he has fun. He looks like he enjoys the game.
Absolutely.
I love watching him play.
And I hope he stays healthy.
Yes, yes.
He's fun to watch.
But these guys, AAU, they really gotta like look into these tournaments. I don't believe that they're doing the youth a favor. Same thing with like youth baseball. All these guys getting Tommy John. You're just throwing too much.
Mm.
Some of the lower leagues for kids sports, they have like pitch counts, which is cool and all. But like if you're in a tournament, I remember growing up playing baseball.
Mm.
If you hurt your arm, you wouldn't tell your coach. You just like pop ibuprofen and keep going.
Yeah.
Because you want to compete.
When
And that's not the best thing,
When
but
I was
like
playing high
it
school,
is what it is.
when I was playing high school ball, it's like no,
No, there's no like.
I wasn't telling.
Nah, because you want to play, you want to compete, you want to have fun because you're not getting that game back, especially in high school.
You're not getting that time
You know.
or that. Yeah.
No, like that's
And a lot of that is competitiveness too. Like,
Yeah,
I
which
didn't-
is cool.
I didn't play back then, but like when we play, like there was a 6-month stretch that my knee just would not cooperate. I still came every week. You know what I mean? Like it just speaks to the competitiveness for them as well as how everyone is trying to be that that upper echelon player that guy.
I played with a fractured foot because I paid money for the league. I was running up and down the court with a
Oh, yeah, I
fractured
remember
foot.
that.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah, there's
Right.
a video of it, and I got some buckets,
Yeah.
but it wasn't smart.
Right.
But I'm stupid. I want to have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
that's
I wanna
that's
play
on the
sports.
channel as well.
I
If
wish
you
I would
wanted
have
to
played
see
in
it.
that league with y'all. I
We're
remember playing.
gonna run it back.
Yep.
We talked about it. You're not on the Instagram group. You got to get in that because we talk a lot more in there, just like sending videos, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
But we do want to get hopefully like 6 to 8 people down. If we need to fill out the team with randoms, we'll do it. But we do want to play in that.
Hopefully,
league.
we don't even get to that point.
I don't want to play with randoms, but
The
I
league,
will if I
the
have
league
to.
I was
It's
in was
different.
just-
Well,
It's
what's
different.
his name?
Who?
What was the Kevin? What was Kevin's?
Oh, yeah, that's the dude chucking shots.
Yeah.
I mean, there's video of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it every week. Just
Yeah.
every week. Yeah. But
let's go down these injuries.
yeah, keep going with the injuries. We have Kyrie for the Mavericks that is out shoulder.
How long?
Yeah, estimated.
It doesn't say. It just says that it's out for this game.
I didn't even know
ongoing.
that. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
Kyrie is out. PJ Washington is out for the Mavericks. So potential.
I think they're about to be back. Though,
two role players. I mean, but as of right now, it's not like the Mavericks are doing amazing.
No.
They're
like 500.
yeah.
Or a game under 500.
They're scraping
very
by.
good game they just played against Stephon and the Warriors just recently. That was a very good game.
Stephon.
Yeah.
They lost though, didn't they?
Yeah, they
I'm
lost.
100%.
That was Clay
lost.
coming back
Yeah.
to the Bay, or
Right.
the Chase Center at least.
Klay Thompson actually, like everyone was saying, Klay was washed, but
He's playing good this year.
let's let the record show that Klay hit one more three than Curry did.
But he lost.
It ended up being a
Yeah,
loss.
it doesn't matter.
The duel.
Yeah, night.
Night, the dagger.
Klay won the battle. Steph won the war.
I hope they
I
see
like
each
that.
other in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That'll be great TV. That'll be great for ratings. I'll watch at least 2 of those games. I'm not watching whatever 4 to 7 games that it goes to. I'm not watching all of them,
Yeah.
but I'll watch 2.
What else we got?
We got. Let's see who else we have.
Is Halliburton out still? No, he just came back.
Yeah, Halliburton just
Right.
came back. We have Kawhi out for the Clippers.
Always.
I mean,
That's not news.
the Clippers need him. Like
Yeah.
for them to get nothing for Paul George, and
They're
Kawhi
fast.
is just basic. Mixed bag.
Kawhi
But-
needs Kawhi.
Kawhi has to come back.
He's getting paid
James
regardless,
Harden
don't
is doing pretty much everything he can right now to keep
Norman
that team
Powell's
afloat.
playing great right now.
Norman Powell just gave us like 31 in the last game.
He's cooking.
But Norman Powell was always a good player.
plays his role.
When he was off the bench, Norman Powell pretty much from everywhere he came from, he's been that six man bucket getter for the
Raptors
team.
legend.
Yeah. So so you got him. For the Lakers, we have Anthony Davis, which is considered day to day. He's not
Was
officially
that
out.
an eye injury?
Yeah, it was what does it say?
He played against the
No,
Grizzlies.
it says left plantar.
Oh, the heel.
Yeah, that looks
that's
like
been lingering since the Olympics.
Mm.
So I mean, hopefully, he just.
But it looks like
manages
it looks like all their bigs. Rui Hachimura is considered day to day. Anthony Davis is
Yes.
considered day to day. Jackson Hayes is out. Christian Wood is out. Jared Vanderbilt out. So
Yeah,
that's
tough.
a bunch of their
They
bigs.
missed Vanderbilt last year in the playoff run with that defense that he can put out there.
Vanderbilt has like I watched Vanderbilt like
I like
in
Vanderbilt.
2K terms playing like a bronze card, and
Sheesh.
he's developed way
You know what's
better.
better
He's
is a Reddish.
Oh,
Reddish
yeah.
looks like
Yeah,
he's starting.
Cam.
He's in the starting lineup, which
Mhm.
is
But
insane.
I don't remember him ever being back. Remember back?
No, I remember him being back.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
Cam
Darvin
Reddish
Ham
was hurt.
had his confidence in the toilet.
Well, that's
So
that's
I mean,
coaching.
he's a
though.
younger dude. Yeah, but I mean, you still gotta play. I mean, so I was watching them play the Grizzlies today.
Mhm.
They played them yesterday, but I watched it today, like around work, things like that. Scottie Pippen Jr. was going off on him because he used to be on the Lakers.
It's cool to see him in the starting role as well.
Yeah, I mean, because Jaw's out, and we'll get to that too. But man, keep going. There's a
Okay.
lot.
So yeah, we got Chris Middleton for the Bucks, and Damian
He's
Lillard is
always out.
considered day to day.
Their season's almost done. If they don't turn around before December,
Mhm.
it's over. We got like 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
The East is weak. So let's say they go on a 10-game win streak, they'll be in like a top 5 seed. But with Darvin Ham and Doc Rivers as your coaches, I just don't see that happening. I don't see them going off on like a 10-game win streak. Even if their schedule has weak, quote-unquote, weak teams in it, they are a weak team.
All right.
So I
Way
just
too
don't
early
think-
prediction. They're out of the playoffs.
No, I'm not saying that. The East is weak. I'm not saying we should.
Okay. So
I'm saying
so-
they need to turn it around, but I'm not saying they're going to miss it.
Okay,
Giannis
well, do
just
you
dropped
think?
59
Do you
yesterday.
think?
No, they're not going to miss the playoffs. No.
Okay. All right.
They might be in the play
Bucks.
in.
Way too early.
Missing the playoffs or maybe
Yes or no? Yeah, you're next.
They're-
What do you got?
they're-
They're in.
Yeah.
I believe they're going to
They're
be
in the West
Uh,
now. But the East is
I'll
trash.
put a bold prediction out. That'd probably be 6, 7 seed.
Mm.
6.
That's probably not that bold.
No, that's. I mean, that's
No, it's not a bold-
That's
it's
not
not a
super
bold
bold,
one.
but,
Okay.
but I mean,
'cause
it's in their best interest to
the
not be
talent
that
to
low.
be. They got the talent to be up there like 3-4 seed.
Well, my
not
bold
3 or 4.
prediction.
Not 3.
Not 3.
Not 3.
That's crazy.
4 through 6, yes.
Okay.
With Dame healthy and
Sure. But
'Cause
they're
we
not
know
better than the
Dame.
Celtics. They're not better than the Cavs, who are undefeated.
Right.
And a healthy Magic team, I don't think they're better than Magic right now.
when are they supposed to get Banchero back? Did we talk about that?
We haven't got there yet. We will get
We'll
there.
get there. Okay.
Okay. So I guess since we're throwing a hot take out there, I personally do not say that the Bucks will make the playoffs this year. I think that Giannis, Middleton, or Lillard, one of them will be traded. I don't think that they're gonna make it.
You want to put money on that?
We can we gamble on
That's
that?
crazy.
Gambling is legal in every state.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to that next week. So we got for the Pelicans, Zion,
Always.
CJ McCollum,
That's terrible.
DeJounte Murray,
That's the big one.
Herb Jones, and Jose Alvarado. All of these are out.
All those are key pieces on their
Yeah,
team.
especially
Yeah.
Alvarado.
I don't think I'm going to be bold here to say they're not making the playoffs. They didn't make it last year. So, or they made the play-in, but they didn't get into the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs this year.
Well,
Again.
their estimated return date for the majority of them is this month. DeJounte Murray estimated to November 25th, McCollum the 16th, Herb the 16th, and Zion November 25th.
If they can,
Estimated doesn't mean. And
That's
then
true.
You have to play into shape. Zion, who's never in shape. I just don't see it.
if they get healthy, especially with DeJounte, because he's got talent. I like DeJounte Murray.
All these guys have talent.
Yeah,
in the
no,
NBA.
absolutely. I mean, they're all in the NBA.
Yeah.
They got talent, but like,
The West is too tough. If that's an East team and they're coming back and they're all healthy by Christmas, they can go on a run and make the playoffs. This is the West. This is the Wild West.
Are they fighting in the play-in tournament, or they're just not making it? Period.
Even if they're fighting, they're not making it.
Yeah,
Somebody else going to get hurt. Zion's going to get hurt again.
Okay.
This will not be the only time that he's missing
Disclaimer:
time.
we do not wish injuries on any player.
It's just I believe it's almost a fact at
Yeah.
this point.
Right.
Like, death
Just by
and
the way,
taxes.
just-
Death, taxes, and Zion getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. I'm sorry.
All right. OKC, we have Caruso out, Chet Holmgren out, Isaiah Hardenstein out. That's the big. That's
Those
the
are
big
three
pieces.
big pieces.
Yeah.
But
the
they're
team
winning.
is so young that
they
it
are
really
winning.
doesn't matter.
They're up there.
They have
with
so
the-
many assets. If they need to make a trade, they will. Sam Presti will do it. I'm not worried about OKC at all.
Okay.
as far
Orlando.
as far as being in there. Right?
Orlando.
Just in general.
Wendell Carter Jr., their center, who's been having good. He's been getting better. He wasn't that good before. He's getting much better. And then Paolo Banchero.
Again, a young team. It's the East. They'll stay afloat in the top 5 until both those players get back. I'm not worried about them at all. I want to see Paolo play.
It was nice seeing them.
Paolo had a
what
breakout
they-
in the playoffs
what they
last
did
year, didn't he?
with Von Wagner and the brother to Wagner as well. Like the Wagner brothers, I like them a lot too. And
Okay, and the Sixers. The only person that is officially out is Tyrese Maxey.
That sucks. He had to carry the load in the beginning of the season because
Mm.
Paul George and Joel Embiid were out.
Right.
So I think he overexerted himself
yeah,
too soon, and he was doing too much. His numbers are down. His shooting percentages are down. His turnovers are up. He did a little too much, but he had to.
Right.
So I just want him to come back. I want to see them at full strength so they can be a
he's so
dominant Eastern team.
good. He's good at attacking the rim.
He's quick. He's shifty.
He's very quick.
You know, he's looking good though.
Orthodox.
Jared Kane.
Yeah.
No, he should be starting.
Yeah.
If he's not starting, that's a problem. He just dropped 36.
30. It was a lot. It was,
Yeah.
it was in the 30s
So,
for sure.
I mean, zesty, but he's cool.
We got Phoenix. The 3 big pieces. Well, I guess not 3. The 2 big pieces is Bradley Beal and KD.
Beal's always hurt, man. KD,
I mean, these guys are in their 30s, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, Bradley Beal hasn't been Bradley Beal in a number of years. And that's why he's on the Suns. He hasn't been good since Washington.
That's
Like, when I look at the
But he
box
just-
score, when I
he
look at
went
him play,
from-
he's not Bradley Beal.
he went from Washington to the Suns. So
Yeah, I know.
They're making the playoffs already.
They should.
Yeah.
They
The Suns?
should-
Oh, yeah.
they should.
Oh, yeah. The Suns are going to make it.
There's no excuse. You still have,
No,
if you have Booker, like, you still have an all-star player.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to carry with
Booker
one
can
all-star
ball.
player. Same thing as like Denver. As long as you have Jokic and some comparable pieces, you should be able to compete for a playoff spot. Maybe not for a championship, but you should be able to compete for a playoff spot.
Right.
You're just asking a lot from one guy, you know. But he's Serbian. He knows how to work. Like, he's a hard worker. He doesn't care. He doesn't complain. I never see him complain about anything. Sometimes the refs, but he doesn't care about the workload that Denver gives him. He makes it work. He makes magic happen.
Yeah.
All right. We got for the Raptors. We have Emmanuel Quickly and Scotty Barnes.
They're not going to make the playoffs, so they're just going to tank for a
Even
flag.
even in the East.
No, they're not.
They
They
got
make the
RJ
last year,
Barrett
they're
over there
not
too.
making it. They don't have enough talent. They don't have enough cohesion. They're just like a team that just exists at this point. Like,
Poor guys.
And the
Keep
last
getting
one
checks,
of note, the last one of note is the Wizards. Malcolm Brogdon.
I like Malcolm Brogdon. He's a rookie of the year
Wizards.
a number of years ago, but the Wizards,
They're not going
stink.
nowhere.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, we know.
Sorry, Washington.
They know.
They know.
Don't feel sorry for them.
100% they know.
They have Kyle Kuzma on the
Hey,
team. They're not going anywhere.
Shout out to your can't say the other word, right? Commanders, right? That's the only good thing y'all got going over there.
Who are playing the Eagles right now?
Who are currently playing the Eagles as this recording.
You know what's crazy though? Kyle Kuzma could have been on the Mavs team last year, but he chose not to want to go or to like get traded. He could have been on a contender. They were asking him, "Hey, do you want to get traded to a contender?" He's like, "No, I want to stay here."
I want to stay here.
Why? You don't want to compete? Like, he has a ring.
I mean, there are some. Yeah, if you have a ring,
I guess,
and you don't want to be that guy, you just
Right.
collect
He's not
the
going to be
check.
a guy regardless. He'd be like a seventh guy off the bench.
I remember when him and Lonzo was on the Lakers, and they were like Kuzma came out of nowhere. Like, Lonzo didn't
He's
get
older
any
than
burn.
him. He's older than him, and he came out better than him.
Yeah,
I think Lonzo's a better player, but Lonzo had all that drama with his dad. I think the lights were too bright in LA. He didn't start shining until he got to New Orleans. So yeah. But that Lakers team had a squad. They had Larry Nance Jr., they had Josh Hart, they had Brandon Ingram, they had Lonzo, they had older team, they had D'Lo, they had Julius Randle. Like, they had a team. They squandered it. They didn't have any coaching. Luke Walton was a coach, couldn't coach. Should have never got a job. But yeah, that's in the past.
Yeah. So that is kind of like the most significant injuries that's happening right now in the NBA. That list is forever changing. So if there's any other notable ones, we'll bring it up in next week's podcast. We'll also come back to it and see just how bad the teams are hurting with those injuries in place. But a team that isn't hurting right now due to injuries is the Cavaliers, 13-0. 13-0. They are winning. They are winning games.
They are rolling.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before the camera started rolling, before the mics were on. We looked into the teams. They're playing who's on the schedule. Are they playing great teams? Are they beating great teams? No, but they're beating the people that are next on the list. Yeah. So you got to do what you got to do.
They do. They pinched by the Bucks twice, and they won by a total both those games 3 points. Two in the first game.
Yeah,
A win's a win.
And while we are saying that they barely beat the Bucks, a loss like that twice is what breaks teams up.
It does.
That's what breaks teams up.
It does.
Because like if you get blown out, it's like they get blown out. If you get blown out twice, it's like they're just a better team. If you lose those little games by teams that you think that you're better than,
coaching thing too.
You pointed it out
That's
too.
a
They beat the Lakers by over 20 by 20 points.
Yeah.
It was like 110, 114.
At that point, like as they should, their team on paper is better.
Yeah.
As they should.
Are they?
On paper, yeah.
The Cavaliers is definitely okay. So let's just think about
Let's
this.
break it down.
I think they're missing Max Strus though.
Max Strus isn't that,
But he's not
isn't.
cold.
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
not
cold.
that
But
great.
yeah. But still, like on paper, yeah, they're way better.
Like someone has said,
they would. I'm not gonna say they're gonna sweep them because LeBron.
yeah, LeBron
It's
will
like
get you one win.
4-1.
Austin
4-1,
Reeves is
4-2.
good too. Austin Reeves.
No, let's not. No,
Austin Reeves
I'm
wouldn't
not
be a
drinking
starter
the
on the
Austin
Cavs.
Reeves Kool-Aid. I'm not
Austin
drinking
Reeves is good, but he's not. He wouldn't be a starter on the Cavs.
Yeah, who is he replacing on the
He's
Cavs?
just not. He'd be a
Garland?
bench guy.
He's not replacing.
He's not replacing Garland.
Okay,
Garland's point.
Donovan Mitchell.
But you're not putting Austin Reeves at the
He's
point.
not going to replace Donovan Mitchell.
He's not replacing
So
Donovan.
I mean,
He'll be a backup on
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd be
that's
coming
what
off
I'm
the
saying.
bench. So if your starter wouldn't be a starter on the other team, and you keep going down the line, let's just do top 5 guys off both teams. If it's 4-1 Cavs, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That means you're probably not winning.
Yeah.
Well, let's say maybe AD is going to make that top 5. LeBron's going to make that top 5.
Yeah.
The rest are Cavs.
The rest are Cavs. Exactly. So 3-2, and then one guy in that list is almost 40 years old. That's
Right.
a problem.
I mean, he's the greatest to ever
Yeah,
touch a
yeah.
basketball.
We say it's a
but
problem, but
It's
that one guy
in a
is
series, that'll
the
be
one who single-handedly, I'm going to say single-handedly, gave us a gold in the Olympics. Because besides Steph Curry being the hero at one time, it was all LeBron.
LeBron
I
played
don't know about LeBron.
masterfully.
I mean,
He played great. I believe we all played. Like a lot of people played great.
I think they
Tatum
played
did
their
play
they
great
played their
still.
role very important. Tatum played his role very good on the bench.
yeah, on the
He
bench.
warmed that bench
Oh
up.
yeah,
He
bro.
warmed it right
Warmed
up.
it up
Yeah,
like
somebody
no
gotta take
other.
notes about that because that bench was hot.
It's tough.
That's crazy.
Great
Yeah.
player though, great player,
Yeah.
and he'll see another Olympic game.
Yeah, and then the younger guys, you've seen that meme with Master Splinter when the turtles are young and then he's walking the turtles, and then when he's old and the turtles grew up,
Yeah, they're
and
walking him.
walking him.
Oh.
That's what is going to happen in the next 4 years. These younger guys got to step up and represent the United States because Steph Curry's not going to be there.
Nah.
LeBron James not going to be there. Kevin Durant's not going to
Curry
be there.
can't shoot forever.
Steph Curry probably can't.
Yeah,
shoot
they're not
forever.
going to be on the team in 4 years.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I don't want that day to
that's
come.
true. The next Olympics,
So-
LeBron and Curry won't be on there.
No. And Durant's not
Durant
going
is not going to be on
So
there.
we got to get led by younger guys, and the younger guys got to step up and take it seriously and represent their country.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is going to be on that list. Jason
For
Tatum's
sure.
gonna be on that list.
Brown needs to be
I was
there.
about to say,
Hopefully,
do you-
he doesn't
do you
have
bring-
Nike beef.
Do you bring Brown over there?
He should have been there this year
He should have been there.
over Derek White for his teammate for sure. But he
shout
has
out
beef
Derek
with
White.
Nike.
Shout out Derek White.
He was a better
Good-
fit.
good-
So
Sure, fine.
defense.
And we can't be petty in
He,
4
he
years.
lost his teeth there, didn't he? Or he chipped his teeth there. In that,
Something like that.
Derek White.
But we can't have
South
any
Sudan.
pettiness.
Or maybe that
It
was
still
they're
gives
coming
me South Sudan still gives me nightmares from that game.
Oh yeah.
It was too close.
That game was
Yeah.
impossibly close.
Dang.
They
For being
Luol
that
Deng
guy.
is a great, is
Supporting
being a
his
great coach.
country,
Yeah.
paying for all the facility, paying for the guys. I'm sure he put a lot of food.
Yeah,
They played
roofs
hard.
over a house.
Oh, they
did.
That's
They
what
did.
you should do for
They
your
did.
country, especially if you come out of a smaller
For
country,
people that don't even have a court there, they're literally playing
like outdoors, like on clay.
like with no.
But that's how you find love and joy for the game. That's how you know
It was
who's
beautiful.
real serious about
It
it.
was beautiful to see
Yeah.
them.
Like that's literally getting out the mud.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like for real. For real.
That would have been a tough L under.
If
I mean, I would love to lose to them.
Game, if we lose any game, they can't come back to America. That's how I feel. Like you can't come back.
All right,
You're
Noah.
banned.
Yeah.
You're banned.
Yeah.
You can't lose. Like I got a lot of pride for America. Like we can't lose. You got especially all these guys are millionaires. There's no way you lose to somebody that's like
you got to start
that's sharing shoes and stuff.
when
Like,
you're
no
playing
offense.
when you're playing overseas. You got to really show out. Like stop the bullshit. Don't play soft.
Nah,
Go hard.
it's a different game over there, and some NBA gets a little like they're soft.
yeah. I
The,
hate that.
the whistle,
We're
the
so-
complaining, get back down the court and play ball. Like in a pickup game, you're getting fouled. I'm expecting to get fouled. I got to finish it. Sometimes you don't call your fouls because like I missed it. I should have made it even with the foul. All of us,
Right.
You got to go through it. Like it has to be
Yeah,
egregious
see,
for somebody to call a foul.
You remember when it still resonates when Kobe was they talk about it in the documentary they did when he went right after Paul Gasol.
Yeah,
Ran
right
through
into his chest.
ran
Right
through
into his
his
chest.
chest.
That's a mentality.
That's
thing.
what you need to bring. That's what players should be inspired by and bring that
Just
into.
a piece of it.
Yeah.
A piece of it. You don't got to go crazy with it.
Yeah.
But
Rudy
you need to
Fernandez
have
showed out in that.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah, he did.
People forget about Rudy
Yeah.
Fernandez.
He was
What
cold.
football,
some of those guys, man, they made a name for themselves there. And it's very. I think it's a different kind of feeling when you're representing your country.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity, I wouldn't take it for granted.
But you know what? People,
They ain't got that pride anymore, right?
No pride, and I think
It's
that's
like
just the way
It's a social
America
thing right
is
now.
today.
It's a social thing. I will never we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No
No,
country's
no.
perfect. But like I like to think of it as like what we could be. like the best, like the
As a
American dream,
nation.
what
We
it
used to
could
be-
be, like
we
what
used
it
to
could,
be-
what we stand for, what it could be.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, we stood for something. And I think it's been lost in just over time, in at least
This
the
is
last
a
20
social
years.
climate. This is a social climate thing. Like, it's not a political podcast.
Too many
by any
voices,
means.
right? Yeah, no,
But-
no, not at all. Not at all.
But
Sorry,
I just,
but-
you know,
Are we
we
still
got-
talking about basketball?
we got
we're
freedom
talking
here. We
about
got
basketball.
freedom
We're
to
talking
go
about
where you can get up in the morning and go to your local 24-hour Lifetime LA and get on the court and practice. Basketball, you just need the ball.
Is that for granted or is
People
that?
take that for granted for sure.
Yeah,
Because there's young kids that say,
That's
"Oh,
what I'm
I don't
saying.
have
You say
opportunities."
no pride, but I'll say that we're just taking what we have for granted.
Yeah, it's a patriotism thing.
Because
Patriotism
well, the
is
thing
a word
about it
that's
is
been like condemned.
the thing about it is whenever our patriotism is being called into question, whenever someone is like, well, because America, everyone's like, oh yeah, we're the best, in X, Y, and Z. And then if it ever starts to slack, and then somebody else says, oh, America's slacking, we turn it right back on.
Yeah,
it's
don't
like
take your
it's like
foot off
oh
the gas.
yeah.
Never take your foot off.
That's
the
why I
gas.
think it's like we're just taking it for granted more than it's just that we don't have pride. I think that we have so much pride that we just take it for granted.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
a good. Like they say, like hard times make like strong men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the thing. All right, it's too easy right now. The times aren't hard,
Well,
so that's why
and-
we're
and-
weak.
vice versa, peaceful times create weaker men.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of where we're at right
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yep. Well,
now. Not a political podcast.
not a political podcast by any means.
By any means. But it just resonated
Right.
with the
I'm not
topic.
qualified to talk about politics, and I won't be.
No. Not at all.
So we're gonna end the podcast off by just doing rapid fire. I have a pulled up right now. Top 25 players right now, currently today, as of November 14th. We're just gonna go down the list, and you just let me know if you think that the list is deserving, where you think that those people are ranked higher or lower, and we'll just go from there. So we got leading all NBA players today, Nikola Jokic.
I give him
I
that.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I think he should have had 4 MVPs already.
Four
He'll probably get.
MVPs.
He'll probably get another one this year.
Yeah,
Probably.
He's definitely in the
I'm
running.
okay
He's always
with
in
it.
the running.
I'm okay with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Luka Doncic right below.
I don't know about that right now. He's always out of shape in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, he always
Always.
looks like it, but he just his
don't know about
magic
number
with
2.
the ball
He's a great
is
player.
just is insane.
I'm
I'm
gonna
okay with
disagree.
I'm okay with it being right there. I'm gonna agree with it being right there, but
I'm not going to
Yeah.
put him anywhere. I'm just going to say I'm going to disagree. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just-
I'm back. So
yeah,
we
we'll
can
just-
keep this going. Yeah,
Keep it rolling.
So we're gonna do Giannis below that. Giannis Antetokounmpo,
He's not number 3.
I believe he's number 3.
number 3. He's fresh off of a 60-point game.
Yeah, 59 points.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, it was.
But-
50.
Yeah,
I think it was
he's
61. wasn't it?
Great freak. He's
Yeah,
a
he's
great player.
still-
He's a great player.
The only person that can score 60 without making only one 3-pointer.
Hard pass.
So we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry. Just stop me when you think it. Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards.
What number is KD?
KD is number 7.
I'm
That's a
okay.
little high, personally.
That's a little high right now. But you know what? I give him credit. The dude can still shoot his ass off. So
Well, this would be
maybe number 10.
I'm here for all the smoke, but I don't think that Steph Curry is number 6.
Higher or lower?
Way lower in my opinion.
I
Way
don't know
lower.
about way
No,
lower.
no.
Way
I
lower.
think
Maybe
he's-
he falls
maybe
right
in the
top 10.
20.
He's in the top
Maybe
10.
right below. I put him in around 15 to 20
That's tough.
because only because
Nah.
he
Did you
is
see-
a he
did
is
you
a.
see-
I did watch it. I did. But the only impactful shot Curry made was the game winner.
That's all that
Derek-
matters.
against
It-
Derek Lively.
That's all that matters.
Right.
He did the signature at the end.
Everything because he made it. Anybody can do. I'll do whatever I'll do whatever I want. You can see some of the videos that we have on ours.
Called somebody the B word.
Yeah. Just, yeah. In the
Game
heat, in the, in the heat of battle. So, he's clutch, and his clutch to me keeps him all-time top 20, but they're just like I believe that he just has a lot of opportunities to be that guy. I just think that
Because he's the guy. He drives the car. He's the guy. You can do
people
whatever you
okay,
want.
so all right, so just but think of the list that we have him with. Nikola Jokic literally on offense does everything. Luka Doncic on offense literally does everything. Giannis on offense does
It's
everything.
a system, though.
Curry doesn't.
He doesn't need to.
But that's what I'm saying. Why are we putting him in the conversation in the press?
Giannis don't do everything on offense. Just saying. He don't go back and shoot.
What do you mean?
He attacks the rim only.
No. When I say does everything, I mean provides everything for that offense. If Giannis, okay, so put it this way: can Curry go? Can when during the heat or the apex of Warriors, Warrior whatever, their what do they call it? Their dynasty. During the peak of the Warriors dynasty, could Curry go and score 10 points a game, average 10 points a game, and that would impact that Warriors dynasty much?
Yeah, it would.
I don't think it would.
Yeah,
just 10 points a game.
He only averaged 21 during that span.
You got to share the ball with players like Draymond Green, Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay Thompson, who could put up 30 in a quarter.
Right. That team was built.
Their mantra was strength in numbers.
Right.
Meaning, I don't have to carry the team on my back. I have my brothers with me.
When somebody can shoot, literally lights out. That brings a lot of attention.
You can turn it on at any time.
Yeah. We do know that he can turn it on at any time, but that's what I'm saying. Jokic, like if Curry, if you take his 3-point away one night, he is completely useless to that team.
I wouldn't say that.
Completely.
I wouldn't say that. His energy, his aura, like he's drawing a double team almost every time. Yeah. Even if he's, let's say, 0 for 6. He can get hot
Jokic,
so
right?
quick.
He can.
About Curry.
We're still talking about Curry.
Just him being on the court,
right?
You have to think about him. You have to watch him.
Yeah.
You're taking away the game. They'll game plan. If teams are game planning to stop you specifically, you're the guy.
You can't get this switch off when they're setting a pick. It's just like that.
He can let it go. He has one of the fastest.
He does have one of the fastest. Yeah, he can release it from any platform. I'm
statistically he's a top 10 player right now. Yeah. I don't know about 6.
That would be a
Or
conversation.
10 to 15.
I would make sure.
15 to 20. No,
I put him in 15 to 20, but I will put that down.
We got to go.
Y'all can speak into it. Yeah, we can talk about that in the comments. However you want to do about it. But I'll put that in the comments. We'll bring this back up at another podcast, and we'll talk about it because I don't think that he's top 10. During the height, I think the highest he's ever been as impactful player is around 10. So we'll get back. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Yeah. So we got Anthony Edwards 8, Jalen Brunson 9, Anthony Davis 10.
Brunson's high right now. That's high.
Jalen Brunson.
The Knicks are not playing that good.
I'm okay with
Brunson
being like 11.
I haven't seen him do anything crazy this year.
Brunson is average. Let's see what he's averaging really quick.
Playoff last year.
But this is a this year list.
Well, it's as of right now. So
yeah, if that's a right now list, I don't agree.
As of right now, he played 11 games, started 11 games. He's averaging 24 and 7.
He can do a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
it's still beginning. It's still
beginning. Last year he was in the MVP conversation. This year
he's 9. Like if he's averaging 24 and 7.
What is LeBron? We'll get to LeBron.
He's on here. He's on here. He's definitely.
I think he's averaging more than that.
Anthony Davis 10, Donovan Mitchell 11.
He should be higher than Brunson. AD's going on. He should be higher than Brunson. But we'll keep going. Devin Booker 12, Paolo Banchero 13, Jaylen Brown 14, LeBron James 15.
This is absurd. That's absurd. That's crazy for LeBron James to be at 15. I get his age and everything, but he's up there at least 12 to 10. Or if not,
it's not a super big discrepancy.
Yeah,
that's fine for me.
That's okay.
I love LeBron, but that's fine. The people that we did argue about, like Brunson, would be lower, so that gives LeBron a spot.
Mm-hmm. You said that you don't believe Steph is 6, maybe 10 right now.
Sure.
In 10 games or 11 games that the Lakers played, LeBron's put up 4 triple doubles so far. That is very good.
Yeah,
that is very good.
Does it equate to winning?
They are winning. They got a winning record currently.
I mean, yeah, of course they got a winning record, but it
does. It does. These aren't empty stats.
Yeah,
these aren't like MVP Russell.
Right.
Okay. Shout out to Russell.
Hey, 26.
We got 16, Victor Wembanyama.
Just had a 50 piece.
Just had a 50 piece.
Was
it 8 threes, bro? Yeah. Victor Wembanyama was taking too many. Crazy.
But CP3,
he shot over 50%.
He has some great influence.
His numbers are down this year. 3-point percentage wise. But hey,
Not that
50
game. Not
one
that
game sample size, 50 points. This dude 7'5", whatever, 7'6".
Mhm.
He's a monster. That's crazy.
CP3's loving him.
Okay.
I would too.
Demonis Sabonis.
I don't watch enough
I,
Kings
I,
games
he's
to talk about
over.
it. But
He's
I know
over.
he's
Wim-
nice.
He's over Wimby.
He's,
And-
he's
yeah.
over Wimby?
Yeah, because he's
No.
no.
Never.
They actually
Never.
have a stat that Victor Wembanyama is gonna have at least 2 50-point games this year. And
How can they predict that?
I mean, that's just that it's not a stat,
betting
it's a
stat?
betting stat.
Oh.
So yeah.
Well, I could believe that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, because the Spurs are not good.
And
You don't
he's-
have that
and
for
he's more than
Demonis Sabonis.
Yeah, no. Sabonis is a good player.
Sabonis puts up triple doubles and he puts
Yeah,
them
he's
up
a
nicely.
great player. Great guy.
Okay. Rounding off the list, 18 Bam Adebayo, 19 De'Aaron Fox, 20 Ja Morant, 21 Tyrese Maxey, 22 Kyrie Irving, 23 Jalen Williams, 24 Karl Anthony Towns, and finally Chet Holmgren,
Jalen
25th.
Williams don't even need to be on the list.
No.
I
You
like
could put
Really?
But Trae Young
Jalen
in
Williams
there.
is actually
Trae Young.
playing.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Where's Trae Young?
Trae Young's
There's no
not on
Halliburton in this list.
There's no Halliburton on this list.
I mean, he's not playing great this year,
Just
but
remember, he's injured, or he came back from injury.
yeah.
So
But Trey could be in there.
Hmm?
Why is
Yeah,
Jalen Williams
Trey
in
could
there?
definitely be.
Jalen,
You can
because
literally-
Jalen Williams was playing well for them.
You can literally trade out Jalen Williams and Trey Young.
Is that Jalen Williams from the Timberwolves or Jalen Williams from the OKC?
It's got to be.
It does.
OKC.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Either way, no.
Yeah.
That's no.
Uh,
That's you'd have to go into stats. You have to go into. You actually have to watch the games. Like I said about DeMontis, I don't watch Kings games.
okay.
I haven't watched not one
I watch
Kings
Kings
game.
games. And he's
I see
he's a
highlights.
solid big
Oh,
man.
Okay.
I know his game, but I was speaking on it. Is he that number right now? I can't speak on it because I don't watch enough Kings game. Numbers and stats tell you one story, but your eyes watching the game tell you a different story.
Absolutely.
So, like, are those empty stats? Are they? When is he putting up these numbers? Are these numbers equating to wins?
I just
That's a
know
different
when I
thing.
see him match up against other big men, he's doing their thing.
He holds. He beat AD most of the time.
Yeah.
He has like a 9-1 record against AD.
AD is a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's undersized for a 5, but he'd be a great just solid 4. But he's forced to play the 5 because Lakers.
He came in playing.
All the bigs are-
He came in playing the 4, right? He came into the NBA playing 4, I think. I mean, not that matters, but I think
Probably. So he goes 4 or 5 all the time. I remember when they had Twin Towers or the Boogie Cousins.
that didn't work
No, they were going off that year. They killed in the playoffs
until they got hurt. It didn't work.
That happens. Like we had a whole segment about injuries and shit happens.
Yeah. Well, that rounds out that top 25 list. I see that we had just a couple of discrepancies as far as numbering goes, and only 2 that you don't believe that belonged on the top 25 list. Just about 2.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we might bring up another top 25 list about a month from now and see how that differs. See who fell off, who's still on, and we'll compare. But up until then, that's been the Unclutch podcast. Once again, my name is Chris.
Isaiah.
Robert.
And if you wanted to follow us at any, if you wanted to follow us, we have this podcast we're going to load to YouTube. I'm going to try to get this also on Spotify. We'll chop this up a little bit and we'll put this on our Instagram page. So the links will be provided, and just click them and stay with us and follow us on the journey.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Definitely.
And we appreciate everyone who's made it this far, and thank you for listening to the Unclutch podcast.
Have a good one.